Alright, so I released a new version of Skibs this week. I have ported it to the Amazon Fire TV, which means I have also added support for keyboard controls and Bluetooth controller support on the Android side as well. It took a lot of work to be able to do this because all of my buttons and anything else that you can click on does not have a highlight option. In most games, when you're highlighting an item in the menu, usually you'll do something to change how it looks. You might alter the position of the item in a list compared to all the other items in the list so you know that that one is highlighted. You might change the color of the text. You might put a border around the button. I did not plan on having keyboard or controller support. Everything was just click or touch. In my mind, the easiest thing for me to do, instead of making new labels or text styles to accentuate which items were highlighted, instead I just decided to use my original shape renderer, which is an object I used to build the levels for Skibs. It builds the polygon walls and the ship. By using this tool that I already have, I quickly was able to generate logic for highlightable objects. After that, I just had to set up a map that determines where to go from where you're currently at. For each button, if I press up, down, left, or right on my keyboard or controller, where should the highlight go? Since my game already works for Amazon Fire TV and the Ouya runs on Android, I was able to easily port it from Amazon to Ouya as well. A lot of people complained about the music not having a lot of variety. My original release anticipated having one song in each mode. In regular mode, you have the main Skibs song. Then after level 4, you unlock hidden and sicko mode. And in hidden mode, I have another song, and in sicko mode, I have another song as well. So in the end, there's only 3 songs total in the game, one for each mode. If you don't get past level 4, you're only going to hear one song every time you play the game. To add some variety, I added one new song, but I also changed the logic in playing the music. Now, instead of always hearing the Skibs song in normal mode and the hidden song in hidden mode, I now play normal, hidden, and the new song in normal and hidden mode. Sicko mode, I am reserving that song just for that mode still, but for normal and hidden mode, players now have 3 songs that they can hear, and it alternates between them. Some people complain about the ship growth skib being too difficult or being an auto kill for them. I added a small buffer. Now when you get it, the ship will flash a couple of times to show you how big it's going to grow, and then stays that way for a very short while. I think the challenge is completely lost, but it works. I also added the ability to have a second life. Because Android always had this extra privilege, I decided to port that privilege to desktop and iOS as well. Now, any version of the game has 2 lives max. In the bought version, you don't have to watch an ad to get it, and in the free Android version, you must watch an ad to get the second life. One of the users complained about not being able to progress to the next level, and anytime they opened the app, it just showed them nothing when they played the game. I discovered that this bug happens when you beat a level, but you don't continue forward to the menu screen after you're done. In this way, you could play a game, beat all the missions to progress to a new level, get to the status screen, and then get a phone call on your device and forget about the game completely. By the time you come back, the game is possibly reset, and we've never incremented your level. This could happen on any platform, iOS, desktop, or Android. Thankfully, it was discovered. The last bug I fixed was a visual bug. What's happening here is that I'm using one shape renderer to draw all the geometric shapes in the game. If you're on the main menu screen, I'm using the shape renderer to draw the walls where the buttons are held. If you open the status window, I'm also using the shape renderer to draw the grid that holds all the status labels. These are 2 different projection matrices. On the menu screen, the walls look normal. When you open the status window, on the menu screen, the walls change and they're enlarged because the projection matrix is now changed. Visually, if you open and close this window, you could see the walls changing in the background. But once it's closed, it looks normal again. So most people would not recognize or notice this bug, and it wouldn't actually degrade any performance in the game or anything like that. I decided to add a second shape renderer just for all these extra projection matrices in pop-up windows. That way, nothing in the back screen gets distorted and everything looks the way as it should. Doing this port, I also mentioned that I was going to try to port it to Steam, but Skibs is such an old game, I'm not really trying to promote it a lot, and it cost $100 to put a game on Steam, and I don't want to spend that money just for Skibs right now. Skibs was a game I made for me, and while I think it would be great to have it on Steam, I don't think it'd be very beneficial at this moment. Instead, I ended up buying a Steam product page for $100, and I'm going to start uploading information to it for my next game. I'll release a video about that soon.